All right, hello. This is Brian Inskip, founder and president of mybuyerlisting.com, and today I'm here to talk with you about a really exciting new opportunity for you as a real estate agent, and probably something that you haven't thought of a whole lot or even necessarily seen a whole lot, but this is a powerful component for you to add to your business, really set yourself apart in your marketplace, and be on the cutting edge of real estate technology. And what we're going to talk about today specifically is something that we call buyer listings. Now, some of you may have heard of a buyer listing before. For some of you, that may be a completely foreign concept. We've all heard of seller listings. We see those ads all over the place. But today we're going to talk about the other side of your business, which is buyer listings. So before we begin, I want you to just ask yourself, what are you currently doing in your business right now to market the buyers that you're working with or that your team is working with to help generate additional business? So take a minute and think about that. If you're like I was, or like most every other agent that I've ever talked with or met with or read about, the answer is, well, I'm not doing anything to market my buyers. We just don't do that. And that was true. Historically in real estate, we put all of our focus onto the seller listing side, and that's one of our primary tools that allows us to attract new leads, new clients into our business, whether that be through internet-based ads, through phone calls that we make looking for buyers, through open houses, through the signs in the yards and people call off of them. Those are all tools and resources that are available to us in the industry, among others, that allow us to effectively and efficiently market those seller listings to help us grow our business and get those listings sold. What we don't have or haven't had historically until today is a tool, the same type of tool and the same type of system that allows us to effectively market the other half of our business, which is our buyers. Buyers carry a very powerful marketing potential. If you think about it, what does every seller ultimately want for their home? It's a buyer, right? And so if you want to attract more sellers into your business and into your pipeline, one of the best ways to do that is going to be by showing them that you have active buyers, that you're out there marketing those buyers and creating additional opportunities. And so what mybuyerlisting.com does is it provides you, the agent, with a platform to actually create a unique buyer profile, or what we call a buyer listing, and be able to market that in an internet-based way. There's also several strategies that you can incorporate with other marketing that you're doing, but now you get to put those buyers out there as listings just like you do your sellers, and use that to not only attract in more business, but also provide a value-added service to your buyers. We've all met with the sellers that say, you know, I'm really waiting for a little bit before I'm ready to list my home, and this gives you a platform and a tool to help uncover some of those listings that might be the perfect match for your buyer but aren't on the market yet. And you want to bring those into your funnel. If you're in a market that allows you to do a dual transaction, that's phenomenal. So this is a tool that has not existed in real estate in the past, as far as we know, or at least not in any way that was really set up for you to use as an agent. And we're really excited to introduce you to this system today. It's going to be a powerful addition into your business. And the best part about it is this is a very, very, probably one of the most cost-efficient things that you can do out there to help you generate more business. So when we go into it and start looking into what is a buyer listing, there's a couple things we want to cover. And the first of which is I want to share this quote with you. This is from Gary Keller. He was the author of The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and is considered to be one of the leading experts in the field of real estate. He's studied it for years, and he puts a lot of educational stuff out there that helps agents improve their business. And what he said in that book in 2008 was, until a way is invented for us to market buyers so that sellers will call us, seller listings maintain a distinct advantage for the real estate agent. The good news is that the way has been invented now that we can market buyers to get those sellers to call us. So the seller listings are still the primary tool in your business, but you don't want to leave your buyers out of the picture when they represent a additional component that's going to help you build your business. And so the invention, what you have available now that historically has not been, is mybuyerlisting.com. So the question comes up, well, why would we advertise buyers? We just don't talk about that in real estate, and that's true. And the real question is, why don't we? This is the question that I found myself asking very early on in my business. I've been an agent for the past 4 years. In a very short period of time, I was able to build a team, and we were one of the top teams in our market. And so the question I started asking is, I've got just as many, if not more, buyers in my business than I do sellers. Why am I not using that as marketing tools to help me attract in more clients and more sellers? And the reason that I came up with why I wasn't doing it was because there just wasn't a way for me to do it really efficiently or effectively. The only ways I was aware of was to do a postcard campaign, or maybe call around some people and say, hey, I've got some buyers looking for this or that. And I always found that was met with some skepticism, that people didn't necessarily buy that or really engage because they couldn't see it. It wasn't like that listing where you've got pictures of the house that you can say, here's the house, anybody that's interested. So what are the benefits of buyer listings? Before we really even talk about anything, we got to know that there's some sort of value in it. And as an agent, the real benefits behind the buyer listing, the primary one is to help you get more listing opportunities by attracting those sellers into your business through your buyers, through clients that you're already working with, but finding a new way to leverage that to increase the number of listing appointments that you're able to go on, and ultimately to convert into listings. The next one is to increase the marketable listings that you have in your business immediately. So you're going to be able to broaden your marketing platform and what you're able to put out there in the public eye that lets people know that you're a real estate professional, that you are engaged in the business, and that you've got a lot of opportunities for people and a lot of value that you offer. One of the most powerful ones, I believe, as the founder of My Buyer Listing, is the ability to increase conversion rates. With a tool like mybuyerlisting.com, this is a unique service that you're able to extend to your clients and put out there into the community, or into the other lead sources that you have. Let's say you've got a bunch of buyer internet leads. Now you can send a unique email and offer to them that they're not getting from those other sources, because chances are if they're in your system as a lead, they're also in somebody else's. And so it really becomes, what can you offer that's a value-added service or value proposition that's going to attract them to you and have them choose you as an agent. So the conversion is a very powerful tool. When you're in an appointment and you've got this additional service that a competing agent may not have, it's going to give you an advantage. It's also a value-added service to your clients, particularly your buyers. This is a way for you to create their unique buyer listing, and all their information is confidential and it goes through you, the agent. But this is a way for you to take the criteria they're looking for in a home and really publicize that to help uncover some additional opportunities and be very proactive in finding them the absolute best fit of a home. Even if it's not on the market yet, you're going to have the opportunity to get out there and maybe uncover some additional opportunities for them. For your sellers, hopefully as an agent, you're letting them know that you're going to proactively prospect for qualified buyers for their home, and this is another tool that allows you to do that if you're a member agent on the site. The next one is to be able to increase the return on investment that you're getting from your buyer clients, and this is really important. As an agent, it actually takes more time to work with a buyer in most cases than it does with a seller, because you got to go out, show them the homes, drive around, spend that time with them, negotiate the contract, all the things that come inherent with working with buyers. It's a lot of time invested, and that's costing you money too in your business to have those clients. Even if you're not paying for that lead directly, when you figure in your overhead, every client has a cost associated with it. Right now, there's really not a great way until My Buyer Listing came around to create a return on those buyers. If you ever had the buyer that you looked for 3 or 6 months, something like that, and maybe their job fell through or they got a job relocation and they decided not to buy, or maybe they bought with another agent. There's all kinds of scenarios. At that point, that represented a total loss because you've spent your time with them. Now you might get some referrals or they may buy eventually, but immediately that creates a loss in your business. Now, with the ability to advertise those buyers and attract in additional leads through it, you're able to create a return on that even if they end up not buying. Absolutely, you're going to be able to distinguish yourself from other agents. This is cutting-edge technology. A lot of agents don't even know that this exists yet, and you're going to be able to be first in your market and really show that you're on the ball and on the top of your game and providing the latest and greatest tools to your clients. One of the biggest things that we've gotten feedback on is, this is a really cool system because it allows you to maintain your marketing capabilities during periods of low seller inventory. We all have those cycles in our business where maybe you don't have quite the number of listings that you'd like, and so you start looking at, all right, what am I going to do to create more listings? A lot of markets, they maintain a low seller inventory much more consistently, and so you'll have a lot of buyers competing for a lot fewer homes when you're in that big seller's market. And what this does is it allows you to now leverage those buyers as listings just like you would sellers and give yourself more of a platform to stand out as an agent and attract in those really crucial listing opportunities. And it also provides the opportunity to increase the opportunities for dual agency if you're in a market that allows that. I know some of them don't. But the way this system is set up is you're going to be able to track both the seller and the buyer lead in certain situations, which we'll get into in a little bit. So we want to talk a little bit about, why is this important? And in order to do that, we want to know, where's our business coming from? How's it set up? Well, the typical model for real estate has agents, or if you're on a team, the team's usually set up like this in some way, shape, or form, where you've got a split between your buyer clients and your seller clients. So you're working with both sellers and buyers in some capacity. The typical model is about a 50-50 split, and that's because those sellers typically attract buyers into your business, or they sell and buy. And so the percentages may be off a little bit in your business or a little different than that, and that's okay. If you're buyer heavy, then this is even more of an important system for you to look at. But the thing we do is we eliminate half that pie chart. So if you just imagine that 50% of buyers, you take that off the table, and that's what we're left with traditionally to be able to market from. And we're just talking about marketing listings. We're not talking about brand advertising or anything like that. Solely from a listing basis, if you look at the red on the right-hand side, we always start as agents with how many sales do we want to create the type of income that's going to fund the lifestyle that we want and allow us to be able to do the things we want to do. And then we figure out, well, how many leads and appointments are we going to need to go on in order to generate that number of sales. And ultimately, it goes back in large part to marketing those seller listings to produce those leads and to produce those appointments. So what we've done in the green, if you look at this, it's the same flow, only now we go from sales to leads, and now we've opened up a whole nother pipeline, which is your buyer listings that helps fuel that lead funnel. So now you don't have to necessarily go out and work for 2 additional hours or prospect more. You just want to leverage the clients that you're already working with to generate more business. And so you're really maximizing the potential of that client base and then you open up that other 50% on that pie chart. So now you have 100% of your business working for you to help you produce more sales and to grow. So by the numbers, if we look at it, let's look at just one example of what kind of potential a system like this carries. Now we know research shows that for every seller listing that's properly marketed, you're going to produce on average one closed buyer. So whether they call in off the sign, whether they inquire through one of your internet ads and you pick them up as a client, whether you meet them at an open house, however it is, whether that's the seller that actually buys. So if you're looking at an average sales price of $150,000, and in most markets it's going to be considerably higher than that, but if you just look at a $150,000 sale with those two sales, the seller and the buyer, that's a $9,000 earning for gross commission. Now you can leverage the buyers for more business as well, just like you do the seller listing. So we look at that example. When you incorporate your buyer marketing campaign into your advertising and what you're putting out into the community, and you attract just one additional seller by leveraging your buyers through this system, that's going to be $4,500 in gross commission income. I have never met an agent that wouldn't go for an additional $4,500 in gross commission income just by making one shift with clients that they're already working with. That's pretty much a no-brainer. But now we know that with that seller, you also have that potential to produce another buyer. So you do that, you properly market that listing that you picked up, and now all of a sudden you've got two transactions for $9,000 in gross commission. And really this creates a cycle. So you'll continue marketing those and producing more and more clients. And so it's like a snowball rolling down the hill. It gains mass and it gains momentum. And in real estate, we call that market share. And what's great about market share is once you capture it, it's a lot easier to keep it because you have those resources to help continue building. It's a lot harder to capture it than it is to keep it. And so that's just one extra lead through using a buyer marketing system like My Buyer Listing. So ask yourself, I mean, would you go for that? If using a program like this allows you to just produce one additional sale, would that be valuable to you? And most agents would say in a heartbeat, absolutely yes, because it's based on clients that you're already working with. And we actually give you a playbook to all the registered agents on our site that's going to take you step by step through how to incorporate this system. It's very easy. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to set up, and we'll show you a way that you can do this and actually have your clients do the heavy lifting for you, set up their own profiles, and so it takes very little of your time. We'll show you the strategies of how you can get them actually out there marketing for you, and it's just really cool the way that it works. So if you follow that playbook, I'm confident that you'll be able to produce at least that one transaction. That's if you're doing the bare minimum. So I'm going to actually show you the site now. This is our homepage for mybuyerlisting.com, and what you can see is a map, and right here on the very front of the homepage is where you can start searching for buyers. And sellers can also come on here and start looking for buyers in their area. If they're just thinking about selling their home but not quite committed to it yet, maybe they haven't met with an agent or really looked into it all that much, but they're wanting to stick their toe in the water and see what potential might be out there, well, they come to mybuyerlisting.com, or maybe they saw one of the ads that you put out for your buyers. And so they come in here and would enter their search information, and that's going to produce a list of buyers that would be a potential match based on the criteria. So it's just like when a buyer comes on to realtor.com, and I'll pull this up. So when a buyer comes on realtor.com, they can put in an area and it's going to generate listings, seller listings. So they can browse through these, they can ask for more information, they can research it, and buyer listing works the same way, except now it's a seller on the site and instead of these seller listings and pictures of homes, they're actually looking at buyers and potential buyers in their market. And I'll show you a quick example. This is an example of a buyer listing. So the seller could come on here and see that this particular person is looking for a single family home with a basement. Hardwood solid surface flooring is greatly preferred. Pre-approved with Busey up to 110K. And you can see here off to the left, this is their unique username. So all their information is confidential. Sellers will never be able to get in contact with that buyer except through you, the agent. And it shows some of the criteria they're looking for in the home. Now this is if somebody that's not working with an agent came on the site. If this were posted by an agent, your agent branding would be right here underneath the buyer name, so that everybody knows that that's somebody that's working with you and that's your client. So it gives you the opportunity to show people that you've got active buyers in your business, and they can actually reach out to you directly, or they say, well, I'm a seller and this sounds like my house. I think I have a match. That's going to prompt them to register in order to get that information. And once they do that, we send it to you, the agent, and then it's up to you to make that connection and reach out. So you just got a seller lead. And that's how the site works. It's pretty awesome. And I'm going to show you another example of these buyer listings. So this is how it comes up. This is just a batch sample of people that have come on here. These are actual buyers that have come on and created a buyer profile. You can see their price range, some of the particulars, where they're looking, and just a short one-line description of what they're looking for. So you can also browse them as an agent. If you got a listing that you're working on selling, you can come in here and see if there's any buyers that for one reason or another haven't found the listing through conventional means. What's really neat, what I really like about this site that I think is a great marketing tool for you is when you create this profile with your client, there's two ways you can do that. You can load them in as an agent. Once you're a registered agent, you can load them in through your back end on the site and create the profile for them. You always want to make sure you do it from a buyer's perspective. So they should be writing this description of what they're looking for. You don't want to do it from the agent perspective, because you really want sellers to be able to see that this is an actual person looking for a home, and you want to write it from that buyer's perspective. Just like buyers get to look at actual homes for sale, you want them to be able to see this as an actual buyer. Or you can also create one by having your client come on and register on the site themselves, and when they do that, if they come in and they register as a buyer, after they go through this initial registration, the next form allows them to select their agent, and it gives them a list of registered agents on our site. So they select you, you're now attached to that buyer listing, and everybody can see you on there. So that's pretty cool. But what I would have them do is, once they come on, create that buyer listing, I recommend you do this in the consultation with them right away. Just come on and copy the URL for their buyer listing, then have them go on their social media or Facebook page, post that and say, hey friends, hey family, we're looking for a home. We just started our search. Please take a look at our buyer listing, and if you know of anybody that's thinking of selling, let us know, and have them contact our agent. And they post this ad up there. Now that's something that can be dispersed, distributed. You just got it in front of their entire friend base, and it's all branded with your agent information when that's one of your represented clients. You can also do a search by agent, bring up an entire list of your buyers, and now you can market that entire list through your own social media and say, hey folks, I'm currently looking for homes for these buyers. If you know of anybody that's thinking of selling, please give me a call immediately. Some of these guys are ready to buy right now. And so there's some cool things. You can incorporate this with your emails, with your phone calls that you're making, all kinds of different things. And we go through all those different things in our playbook that you get when you register with the site. We've got email templates in there, a step-by-step process and checklist to guide you through it. We've got phone scripts. We've got flyers that you can use in your consultation to show them this extra value that you bring as an agent. And so just so many cool features behind it that we're really excited to finally be able to offer you as an agent. For real estate professionals, you just want to come on the homepage and click Real Estate Professional, and that goes through some of the additional information. That's also where you would register to get your agent account set up. We also have a Find an Agent feature, and this allows users on the site or visitors to come in and type in the agent name. Whoop, if I could spell the agent name of an agent they might be looking for, or they could search by city, and that's going to bring up a list of all our registered agents, and then they can jump on there and get more information about that agent, what areas they serve, their contact information. So it's just another way to allow you to get in front of clients. There's also a How It Works page so that people can come on here and very easily learn about how this site works, because this is a new concept to a lot of people. But once they understand what it is, they're really excited about it, both agents and consumers. So pretty awesome stuff. And if you're not already excited about it, you'll get excited. You might be asking yourself right now, well, couldn't a for sale by owner just come on this site and go directly to the buyer and cut the agent out? Well, this site was built by agents, for agents. I built it to solve a problem in my own real estate business, and that was the fact that I was not okay with allowing buyers to just go to waste with all the marketing potential that I knew that they had. And so I created this site to work for agents and to work for you. And so that was a big question, is how do we keep control in the agent's corner? And the way that we do that is right now, your for sale by owners, they're on various different sites. They put signs in the yard. There's really nothing to keep consumers or home buyers from contacting them directly. On a lot of those sites where they advertise, they're not agent-friendly sites, and so they don't put any safeguards in to help protect you as the agent. So what we've done in our system is we put you, the agent, right smack dab in the middle between an unrepresented seller and the buyers. And the way that we do this is we filter all the leads in this system through an agent, and we work it based on a your client, your lead theory. So you can put your sellers into this system as well, and any buyers that become a match for that, those leads are going to go directly to you. If you put your buyers in and a seller lead's generated from that, that seller lead is going to go directly to you, not to your client. So you then hold the key to these two parties coming together. And so that's a very powerful tool to help you set that appointment and work out an agreement that works for everybody. So we're excited about that, and to be able to offer that protection. Being in the industry is what allows us to know that that's important to agents, and so we made sure we put that safeguard in. If you've got an unrepresented seller and an unrepresented buyer, and there's a match identified there, then what's going to happen is that's going to go to one of our registered agents in that market on a round-robin basis, so you end up getting 2 for 1 in that case, which is exciting. So a lot of people ask, well, how does this compare to other sites? Because that's the next thing we want to know is, all right, this sounds great. By this point, when we're sharing it with people, they say one of two things, and usually one right after the other. That agents say, this is amazing. Surely this is already out there. Or why haven't we had this in the past? And the truth is, I don't know why we haven't had it in the past. What I do know is that we have seen a lot of innovation, but it's just been tweaks on something that already existed. And we've just been on the thought process in the past of sellers are our only marketable asset. And this is a new way of thinking, and with technology, we've finally got the platform that allows it to be very efficient and very cost effective. So the reason is because the system hasn't existed, and now that system exists. But they say that's awesome. This is probably going to cost an arm and a leg, because this basically doubles our marketable listings if you're running that 50-50 model. And so you see some different prices up there. You're an agent, you know what things cost. They get you on every turn. Some of these systems charge you for your own leads, and it's pretty wild. A lot of them are going to ship those leads out to multiple agents, and so nothing's cheap in real estate. When we ask people, what would this be worth, we look back to the example of being able to create one additional lead. If you're in that $150,000 price range, that's $4,500 a month in GCI. So if I were to put $4,500 on the table and say, if you give me 1,000, I'll give you this 4,500. Would you do that deal? Yeah, you'd be crazy not to. That's a great return on your investment. Even if I said, you give me 2,000, I'll give you 4,500. That's still more than doubling your money. You do that on Wall Street, create that kind of return on investment, you're going to be buying out Donald Trump's buildings in a hurry. So there was a lot of options we could have done on pricing. As far as value goes, we know that we could charge $99 a month, $150 a month. We could base it on how many buyers you have. But one thing that was important was we always want to do what's best for the agent and make this a win-win opportunity. This system, we are putting it in the hands of agents. So we want you to go out and put this in the hands of consumers so that it's a value-added service coming from you. If we go directly to the client, then that's still coming from us. So we want to give you the tool as an agent, and we want to make it the highest value marketing tool that you have in your arsenal. And so ask yourself, what would it be worth to you to have another $4,500 worst case scenario in commissions this year? Think about it. A lot of agents think, well, I'd pay $99 a month, or I'd pay $50 a month. And the thing is, we wanted every agent to have this. We priced it at $10 a month. And so right now you can get in at $10 a month for a limited time. You can register with no registration fee and be one of the first in your market to be able to offer this to your clients. So $10 a month. The next question is, well, what do I get for that? Well, with the membership, one thing's important as an agent. I always hate the contracts, 12-year contract. I want to see if it's going to work, and I want to be able to make adjustments in my business as needed. So there's no contract. It's a month-by-month membership. You also get the free My Buyer Listing playbook with the email templates, scripts, flyers, implementation checklists, and some of the key strategies. That playbook alone, that's been compiled through the learning that we've done over the years with some of the top real estate minds and top real estate agents in the business today. That's been created through our study of real estate and through our experience. And that playbook alone is worth several $100s at least. And these are new email templates and scripts that don't exist in real estate without a system like this. So these are exciting new things that you can add. If you ever felt like I don't have a reason to call, this gives you a great reason to reach back out to your database and let them know about this new feature that you offer. You're also going to get access to training videos, webinars, and conference calls that we're going to put on for you at various times. You'll always be notified about them. But we want to make sure that you have all the strategies, tools, and that we're teaching you how to be successful with this site. Because it's just like anything else. If you don't use it, it's not going to work. If you use it, it's going to work great. So get signed up today. It's $10 at most that you have at risk to get out there and put your buyers in. But I would say don't just sign up today. Sign up and put your buyers into the system and put a post on Facebook and start seeing the types of returns and responses that you get, you're going to turn some heads with this because people aren't used to seeing it. So get excited about it, bring some urgency to it, and get moving. We're right in the spring market while I'm making this video, and so this is the point in time where people are thinking about putting their home on the market, and this is a great new way for you to make sure that they contact you. You can go to mybuyerlisting.com to get started. Click on that Real Estate Professionals link. If you have any questions, visit our Contact Us page, and we'd love to hear your questions. We'd love to help you get started and figure out how to best implement this into your business. So I hope for more sales this year for you. I hope this is a tool that allows you to manage your time better with greater results without having to go out and work an additional 10 hours to generate the business. I hope this takes the business that you already have and multiplies it. And I hope that you apply this new strategy and use it to its highest effect. We know the opportunity that this presents for you in your business, and so I wish you all the greatest success. We're here with you every step of the way, so let us know how we can be of further assistance and support, and we welcome your feedback for any additional features you'd like to see with this site. It's fully mobile, and you're going to enjoy it. Your clients are going to love it. So check it out. Check out the playbook. Follow it. And you can also visit us. Look up My Buyer Listing on YouTube or Facebook and keep up with what's going on in the latest and greatest in real estate. So I thank you for joining us today, and hope to see you on our site soon.